Hey guys, Joseph James here. Welcome back. SchoolofTrade.com. This is our market prep for tomorrow, September 23rd. I want to remind you guys tomorrow is a Wednesday, so of course our European session opens up at 2:45 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll break at about 6 a.m. We'll come back for the U.S. session about 7:45 a.m. start, and we'll close up about 12:30 p.m. tomorrow. Tuesdays and Thursdays, of course, we have free webinars 11:30, but tomorrow's a Wednesday, so no webinars tomorrow. And of course, guys, come out and join us tomorrow morning. Grab a copy of the beginner's course. That's going to be your best bet to make the most of your free trial. Let's take a look at what we're working with tomorrow. Wednesday the 23rd, of course, we've got 8:20 currencies, bonds, gold pit opens, 9 o'clock crude oil pit opens up, 9:30 E-minis open, 10:30 we've got our DOE crude inventory, so big number there for the crude number tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 1 o'clock Treasury sale, and of course that big granddaddy of all the events, FOMC rate decision tomorrow at 2:15 Eastern Time. So tomorrow's FOMC day. Now that means that we're going to see what should be a decent amount of volume early in the morning. Now look for the volume to taper off here just about 10:45, 11 o'clock, 11:15. Now if we have anybody like Jacques Trichet or President Obama or anybody, any political figures start speaking tomorrow early, that could really put us at a disadvantage for some volume. So be on the lookout for G20 summit news that'll be coming out tomorrow morning as well. They're meeting in Pittsburgh this week, all the major financial regulators, so be on the lookout for that tomorrow. You're going to see sporadic news releases on that stuff all week this week, so be on the, keep your ear to the grindstone there. And of course, make sure you're ready for that FOMC decision tomorrow afternoon, 2:15 Eastern Time. Be on the lookout for the volume drying up early tomorrow. That's usually the key here. It'll dry up early on FOMC day, and then of course, in anticipation for 2:15 the announcement, then it will turn into a very volume-filled afternoon after that 2:15 announcement. All right, now so that takes care of our news events for tomorrow morning, so we can plan accordingly. Looking at the crude oil, 1109, CL 1109 is our front month contract. Now we got a chop zone, guys. Got a chop zone here from 71.75 down to 71.29. Of course, had price hovering around there pretty much all day today. Going to be looking to get above this 72 even level, okay, on the crude to get the highest probability opportunity. So get above that 72, and then we're looking good. Now to the opposite side, we got to get below the 71. Okay, so 71 to 72 has been a very sloppy area here over the past couple days. We've gone below it, come back into this area, and if you go back a couple days here, you'll see it's been very focused on this area. So get a chop zone there, so be careful. So look for higher probability opportunities below 71 and above 72. And of course, can't predict, wait for it, and then react to it. Okay, so look for, of course, crude to be a little bit volatile tomorrow, FOMC day, and we have that crude inventories number coming out 10:30. So look for some good moves on the crude tomorrow, 8 o'clock till 9:15, but then expect that U.S. Open to be pretty quiet in anticipation of that 10:30 number, and then we can, of course, look for some more moves there on crude. So get in early, be patient around the news number, and then look for the reaction after the news number there on crude. Let's keep moving. On the euro, relatively the same thing. Got a chop zone here, 4,800, down here to 47.80. So a relatively small chop zone there on the euro. We've seen a lot of improvement in volume lately on the euro, so we're going to hopefully see that continue tomorrow. Look for price to get above 4,800 to, of course, increase the likelihood of these trades and get below this 47.80, ideally below this 47.67 here in the euro. That, of course, will get us below these converging trend lines you see there. It'll free up some room for us, give us some opportunities for some higher probability trades. So below 67, above 48 even. And that'll get you guys on the right track there tomorrow on the euro. Let's keep moving. On the S&P here, we have a pretty dramatic chop zone in this one, guys. Not looking too good here in the S&P. 69 even, all the way down to 52 even. That, of course, 3 full points, 12 ticks completely from top to bottom. So if history continues here with the S&P, we may be watching here tomorrow. But ideally, want to get above that 69.25 level, break above that trend line you can see above, get below that 52 even level. I know, guys, it's a lot of room to cover, but if you guys can see they're a couple days behind, we've really seen some sloppy, just very kind of lackluster price action up and down and sideways. So if you want the highest probability opportunities, get below 52 or above 69.25. That way we're breaking through these trend lines here and getting us into, of course, open space here to give us more opportunities to take some trades. Again, S&P tomorrow, beware, we've had some pretty low volume here with that G20 summit all week, so be careful on the S&P tomorrow, guys. Low volume, we've seen it throughout the entire week, waiting on little tidbits of the that G20 summit news events to be released, and hopefully that will free up some more volume there on the S&P as the week progresses. But right now, be on the lookout for low volume there in the S&P tomorrow. On the Russell, very much the same thing. Very wide chop zone here, all the way down from 626 pretty much testing that 608 even level. So 608 even all the way up to 620.6. As you can see there, a couple days prior to, very choppy, very sideways, not much to write home about there. Ideally, I want to break these weekly highs, get above my 20.6 or below that 608 even to get me out of that chop zone to free up some space and give us some higher likelihood of some success here. Now, the Russell is in the same situation now as the S&P. Another E-mini. Be on the lookout for low volume tomorrow morning. FOMC day. You're going to want to make sure you get in early on the Russell as well as the S&P, of course, but look for volume to dry up there quickly, especially if we get someone in the news speaking about gosh knows what. Right? That could really dry things up pretty quickly. So keep an eye on the volume tomorrow morning. All right, on the DAX, another very wide chop zone here. And of course, if you look back a couple days ago, right, same thing. 57.54 all the way down here to just about below 5,700. So we've got, again, a pretty wide chop zone here. I want to get above that 54, right, 57.54 or below this 5,700. Now, I would even like to get me below that 56.90 just to kind of free things up because we've got some pretty serious trend lines here. You've got some converging trend lines that are looking to, of course, stall this price action to the upside. To the downside, though, be on the lookout, right? Careful, we get a major trend line there at 56.73. So be weary about shorting this thing just out of the drop. We react only, don't predict, but look to see where that trend line plays in at 56.73. It may hold there. If it doesn't, we've got plenty of room below there as we drop below 65. So if the DAX sells off tomorrow, if we get below 86.5, be quick there, then get us below 65 even, and that's going to free things up for us. Now the DAX, be careful though, low volume all week. That G20 summit has really affected the DAX market as well, so be on the lookout for your time and sales window, your pace of the tape, and be careful, that thing will dry up quickly here tomorrow with FOMC in the mix. All right, guys, my name is Joseph James. I want to thank you guys for your time today. This is our market recap. If you guys want more information, come out and join us tomorrow morning. Live trade room opens up at 2:45 a.m. We'll see you guys next time.